Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to be making a card using our Stay Frosty stamp set. And the unique thing that we're going to be doing with this card today is making what we call a gatefold. So stay tuned for that. We are going to start by stamping each of our little cutouts. So we're just going to go ahead and do that with all of our elements. And for this I'm going to be using black archival ink. So now I'm going to go in with a light gray marker and just add a little bit of dimension onto the frozen pond. I'm just going to make it look like there's ice, and that just adds a little bit more depth and dimension to the plain white background. And I'm just doing this with nice, even, light strokes from right to left. And now I'm going to go ahead and continue coloring the rest of my elements. We're going to start with these trees, and I think what I'm going to do is color the base of the trees green, and then the very tops like a light white gray kind of color for the snow. And then for the polar bear, I think I'm going to do a bold blue scarf, and then I'll do something to match on his ice skates. And then for the moose, we're going to go with this teal jacket and I think like a light purple pant, and then we'll just color in the rest of the moose with different shades of brown. And now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my actual card. So since this is a gatefold, we are going to be cutting a longer strip that then we are going to fold into 3 parts. So you can kind of follow along, watch what I'm doing, and copy the same thing at home. And now I'm just measuring where the middle of the card is going to be and then folding the 2 outside edges in. And now I'm just going to add another layer of blue cardstock to the top of my card. So I'm going to cut a little rectangle, then cut that in half and glue it to the top of the card. And now you can see what layout I have planned for the elements of the card. I'm just going to transfer those over to the actual card, make sure I have the placement correct before I go ahead and glue things down. So the trees and the mountains are going to be glued directly to the card, but then since this is a gatefold and the pond is going over both halves of the card, I'm actually going to only put glue on one side of the pond so that the other side can open and becomes kind of like a little handle so that we can open up the card. And now I'm going to use these 3D adhesive dots to glue the polar bear on top of the card, just because he's kind of in the foreground of this scene, so we want him to be three-dimensional. And then for the moose, we're just going to glue him directly to the card, to the pond section of the card, but you're only going to put glue on his legs because he also needs to be able to move so that you can open the card. And then finally, we're going to glue down the phrase that we have. For this card, I'm using the one that says, "Have an ice day," with that cute little pun. And we're going to glue that to the left side of the card. And then finally, I'm just taking this silver paint marker and adding some highlights on some of these details. And then I'm going to go in and just add dots around the border. And there we have it. This is our finished card. I really love how it turned out. Let us know if you make something similar in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.